Ha! April Fool's. But really, I mean, it is April Fool's Day, but I'm really not joking about this. You know, SETI, anybody that is so-called black and calling themselves, you know, we the ancient Egyptians, or we Kemetan, or we Nubian, according to the federal directive number 15, that's the standards for race in the United States of America, you are classified as white. So SETI, yeah, you a white person. How about that? Are you a cracker, SETI? Is that? Oh, man. But I know what you're saying. Well, that's some bull. Let me show you. Let me show you a clip from an Egyptian that was born in Egypt. And don't believe what I'm saying. Listen to the Egyptian.
I am a black Egyptian. My father is much darker than I am. My mother is lighter than I am. In Egypt, people are identified by the religion first, not the race. So in Egypt, if you are Christian, you are a minority person. But if you're black, you're not a minority person. You are a part of the mainstream society. And I came from this background. And in Egypt, you identify as Arab and as Muslim. And in this country, when I first came, I identified myself as Arab American and Muslim first. And gradually, I became to identify myself as black. I came to the U.S. in 1978. And I became a U.S. citizen in 1985. When I became a U.S. resident, I was told by the Immigration and Naturalization that I am white. And I told them that I'm black, and they said, no, in this country, you are white. All Arabs in this country, all Arab immigrants are white. I didn't pay much attention in the beginning to this, because in the Arab world, we identify with our ethnicity first as Arabs, and then with the race second as black or white or whatever. But in this country, you identify with your racial group first and then with your ethnicity second. Gradually, I became black first and Arab second. And I rejected my white classification publicly for the first time in 1987, in February, as a panelist in a function sponsored by the Association of the Study of Black Life and History in Detroit. I said that I belong to two minority groups. I am Arab American and Black American, and I'm racially black and ethnically Egyptian. I was harassed by my employer right after that. I work for a white school district. The superintendent is white. All the associate superintendents are white, even though that we provide services to 30% black population. But the organization is white and the approach is very white. The attitude towards me changed completely after I went out publicly and rejected my white classification. One coworker came to me and told me, a white coworker came to me and told me right after the function that he met with the superintendent, and if I don't keep my mouth shut, my educational career is over. He said, you have nothing to do with these people, you have a history and a culture. These people came from the jungle, you have nothing to do with them. These people lie and steal. When I see one of them in my neighborhood, I call the police. And I was told by the director of general education, who is retired now, in '88, I was told by him that I get people angry when I say that I'm black Egyptian. If I just say that I'm Egyptian, I would get along. I have to add that I was denied promotion twice because I chose black classification. This is part of my 2 lawsuits against my employer, which are currently pending. 2 lawsuits.
Ah, damn it. There that more go again. Bringing the evidence, not going off opinion, not going off of belief. He don't want to stick to religion. He want to get to the evidence, the actual facts. Damn it, we're going to have to do something about this brother, because he is just bringing the facts. All right, enough joking. Let me get serious. As you saw, Mustafa Hefni, Egyptian, Nubian, and not just claiming, you know, from the ancestors, but really was born and raised in Egypt. And when he came to the United States of America, he was classified, he was given the status of white. And Mustafa is darker than SETI, and really was from Egypt. Not trying to just claim I'm a Kemetan through my ancestors, but no, he was born there. So the question I want to ask you is, do you finally understand that it's not about your complexion? It's not about your skin tone? It's not about black and white. It's not about quote unquote race. It's not about your skin complexion at all. Black and white represent statuses in the US. And when you have the white status, you get certain privileges, certain benefits, certain advantages. When you have the black status, as Mustafa was explaining, when he was trying to claim black, he lost it all. His job, stress, health going down, all of that. Because in this system, this matrix, that's how it operates. You have to get classified into one of these categories. White, black. Non-white, non-Hispanic. There's a bunch of different categories and classifications. They matter of fact, they're doing a new census in 2020. I ain't even gonna get into that. But my point is that their statuses. And the question that we have to ask ourselves, or the question I'm asking you, is why do you keep choosing the status of a slave if you don't have to? Now, if you want to be a slave, that's on you. If you want to be discriminated against, if you want to be treated as less than, inferior, second-class citizen, then go ahead, choose that status. But if you don't, if you want to be treated fairly, if you want justice and equality, SETI, that's what you're talking about, right? If that's what you want, then why do you keep holding on to the names that denote slavery? The names that are connected to being enslaved. Black, colored, African American, Negroes. Never mind SETI, because he's probably not listening. But you, watching right now, think about this. Go Google it. Federal Directive number 15. And see the definitions for black and white and where they connect you to on the earth. And you'll notice something very particular about black. But I'm not going to tell you. I want you to read it for yourself and find out. That status is different than all the rest of the statuses you can pick. Just read it and you'll see for yourself. Federal Directive number 15. And man, on that, man, you know, I'm going to just go ahead and close him up. It ain't much more I can say. Mustafa Hefney is the evidence. It's right there. It's not about your skin tone. It's not about complexion. It's about status. And nationality has a status that goes with it automatically. That's why Noble Drew Ali was saying to proclaim your nationality. Because that is what corrects your status. When you say, I'm Moorish American, that's letting whoever know I'm not a slave. I'm not your Negro. That's what it's really saying. You understand? SETI? Huh? You ready to holler at the Moors yet? Huh? Much love. Keep shining, y'all. Keep being amazing. And read. Study about Noble Drew Ali. Don't believe the hype of these people that are trying to lie and slander his name. Because they don't know what they're talking about. That's a prophet. That's a revolutionary. That's a leader. All right. Peace.
Negus.
Negus. What is the language of origin?
Ethiopian to Amharic.
What is the definition?
A king. It's used as a title of the sovereign of Ethiopia.
We the illest. One time for my niggas that feel it. We the illest. Two times, oh yeah, we the realest. We the illest. One time for my niggas that feel it. We the illest. If you got it, then you got it. If not, mind your business. We the illest. One time for my niggas that feel it. We the illest. Two times, oh yeah, we the realest. We the illest. One time for my niggas that feel it. We the illest. If you got it, then you got it. If not, mind your business. That's right, I said it. That's right, I said it. I know the word and it ain't your favorite. I know the history and the language, but you missing the context and framing. See, we using a whole different language. Drinking Kool-Aid, but don't know the flavor. This is A and B, so please see two fingers. Peace, TDE, real nigga. Got woke to the game, deal with us. Thought they had us tamed. Niggas broke them chains, got us, man. Alright, wonder why niggas stay shining so bright. Even in the dark, niggas got that light. That's cause niggas is king, niggas is God. Psalms 82 and 6, my Lord.
I love my nigga. I love my nigga. I love my nigga. Do you love your nigga? Cause I love my nigga. I love my nigga. I love my nigga. I love my nigga. Do you love your nigga?
bonus round. Now, I done seen plenty of people that look like me, so-called black people, African Americans, people of color, whatever. I done seen plenty of them talk crazy about us not being Moors and that stuff won't mean nothing. Blase, blah. Talking crazy, the whole nine. I want you to think about something. And I want you to drop a comment below. How many European people have you seen saying that so-called black people are not Moors? Just let me know. 'Cause I ain't seen not a one. Not a one.